Well, we are tracking some showers of our own here to the west of us tonight, but we will start with now tropical storm Debby. It is finally starting to make that northward ascent out of western Cuba, which means it's back over open water, and it's looking a lot clearer here. That has, of course, that center circulation. It's a tropical storm, and winds right now 40 miles per hour, but likely will continue to intensify as it drifts north and ride parallel of that Florida coast. So here is the official track from the National Hurricane Center. Still a few discrepancies as to where it will make landfall around the panhandle of Florida, somewhere to the north or south of Tallahassee. But notice it does have a little extra time now to stay over open water as it moves north, which is why it may likely make landfall as a Category 1 there around Tallahassee. And that would be Monday morning to Monday afternoon. So it really starts to lose its steering as we head into the start of the work week. So that is when we expect it to really slow down. Regardless, Florida is looking at a lot of rainfall potentially here and flash flooding of their own, and those impacts then shift off to the eastern side of Florida and meanders around the southeast coast through early to mid next week and longer. So a lot of questions still as to how long it stays out over open water. Some other trends. One of the good trends has, of course, now to the south of us, that stalling scenario. So it doesn't mean we're out of the woods, but that the worst of the impacts likely will be around the coast of Georgia and that border of South Carolina. So we will continue to keep updated with that. And then following the mid to late week, it gets some more movement to it and then likely moving back north. So you can see models are still all over the place here. In fact, some of them have them stalling a little bit longer, and in fact, shifting back down south towards South Carolina or Georgia and Florida, which would be better news for us. But like I said, impacts will start at least early week and likely for us linger into next weekend. And it's the duration of this event that could bring us some heightened impacts in terms of the rainfall. So these are some insane rainfall numbers that the GFS has for the border of Georgia and South Carolina. Over 25 inches. For us, notice it's not that high, but we could still pick up anywhere from 3 to 8 inches plus from rainfall repeatedly starting Tuesday into the next week. And that will be one of our biggest concerns. You know, the rainfall totals we've had in the month of July, and that's just going to add on to the potential for urban and flash flooding and, of course, river flooding. Here is another scenario. The European model shows the heaviest of the rainfall again near the Georgia and South Carolina border. But for us, we could pick up, again, anywhere from 4 to 8+ inches. And that is enough to give us some ponding and flooding issues as we head into the midweek. So here's what we do know. We know that Debby likely will continue to stay to our south here in terms of the center of it, but impacts can range far away from the center of the storm. For us, our biggest impacts are looking to be the rain and the flooding potential by midweek, likely lasting into the following weekend. And we are not necessarily out of the woods in terms of other impacts from the wind that could push up water. So inundation will continue to hash out those numbers as well, especially by the mid to late week, and even with some severe threat as it potentially lifts north. Now back to the weather here tonight. We are still continuing to track a line of storms. There is a severe thunderstorm watch to the west of Raleigh. That does not include us, but some of these storms that make their way towards us could produce some rumbles of thunder. So right now, just outside of Greene, Lenoir, and Pitt County, there is a nice thunderstorm there with lots of lightning. So if you hear thunder, go indoors. This will continue to push off to the east. It has helped keep temperatures, it's very warm and muggy, but away from that heat advisory criteria for most of us. But by about 9-10 o'clock, our western counties expect a few scattered showers and storms. Some of them could be strong, but will lose their punch past midnight here as it pushes off the coast. And showers continue into tomorrow, another warm and muggy start. It's not good because, again, the rain that we continue to see as we head into the rest of the week, that's just going to only add to our flash flooding potential here. One last thing, impact that we want to emphasize is the dangerous surf. Here's a video from our very own Brian North. He was at the beach today. You can see those rough waves and the lifeguards going in to check that out for themselves. So you could expect the red flag flying into next weekend most likely and even longer. So please respect those flags, and surf conditions are only likely to get worse with the wave height as we head throughout the week. And again, there is the rain all through next week. We will be looking at departing impacts as we head into the following weekend, hopefully by Saturday or Sunday, as that storm does get pulled north towards the mid-Atlantic.